Hello, my name is Leandro Roberts, and I'm here today with Coach Scott Hughes for the Monterey Wildcats. Coach Hughes, how you doing?
Doing very well.
Now, a lot of people have doubted this team, especially with the losses you guys, in terms of players. You guys were losing a lot of players, but you guys have done a really good job of winning, and I just want to know, what do you guys attribute to this?
Well, these young guys are working extremely hard, and they take a lot of pride in what they're doing. And the senior class that left a legacy, and these guys are trying to uphold that. And we always talk about the expectation level that our program has. That the expectation doesn't change just because the faces do, and our senior class and junior class has really bought into that, and they've worked extremely hard since January to uphold the expectation that we have.
It's no secret that you guys run a run-heavy offense, and I'm sure you're aware of other teams planning on how to defend it and stuff like that. My question is, how do you and your offensive coordinator plan around the expectation by the other teams who expects you guys to run the ball with plays that can still throw them off and have them off balance defensive-wise?
Well, we're trying to throw the football a whole lot more, and you go back and look at us statistically. Every game we've actually thrown the football a little bit more, and if we haven't had as many attempts, then like you take the Westmoreland game, we were 4 of 6, so we were really efficient in our pass game, and it just takes time. So many new receivers, complete new quarterbacks, and you take our quarterback, he's working extremely hard, but he had never played quarterback till May, so it's a complete new position. Just the timing, the understanding, the recognition. There's a lot that goes into it that a lot of people don't see, and these guys are working every day to be better in the pass game, and it's helping us just being able to be efficient. But going back to what you stated, we are a run-heavy offense. Had more guys returning in our offensive line than any other position, and so a lot of those guys have played a lot of football and are very prideful in their jobs. And so we're trying to establish the run to be able to open up the pass and play off of each other in that regard.
I think you guys are doing a good job of that. Who on your team has shown the most work ethic and heart, and has that bled through all the other guys on the team?
That's a great question, but that's a pretty even question. There's not just one guy that's really stuck out. When you look at the work that's being put in, you just kind of go through our program, and I'll start with our young guys. From where they started in December and January to where they are now, tremendous growth. Not only physically, but mentally, and understanding how to play the football game. And they're making us better. A lot of those guys are having to play scout team right now, and they're making us better. They've improved, and their commitment to the game is really, really vital. Our sophomore class, we've got several guys now getting some playing time, and they're knocking in. The guys that aren't are knocking on the door, getting some playing time. So super excited about those guys. But again, their growth, physically they're starting to mature, but mentally they're starting to understand how to play. And then I'm going to group our juniors and seniors together. It's just two groups of guys that are all playing a huge part in their role, not only from the weight room to the locker room to the practice field, is tremendous in the growth of our program. And they kind of bought in early on. And those guys saw a really good senior class before them and understand how to operate. And it took us a little time to gel, though. One of the things was for us understanding and redefining those roles and who was going to kind of be those roles and who was going to be the leaders and things of that nature. And, some years it happens really fast, and other years it takes a little bit more time. And this year was one of those deals. We want to be player led, but this year our coaches have had to go to the front a little bit more and be the voice. And as the year has went, we've started seeing more player leadership, and I think you've started to see our practices and our gameplay look a whole lot different.
I can tell for sure that the game, it looks a lot more, everything looks a lot more cohesive, and everyone
Very
looks a little
much,
bit
and
more
and it's just
do.
everybody understanding their role, and leadership is a very, very difficult thing, because no matter what you do as a leader, you're going to get some scrutiny from it, and everybody's going to question what you do as a leader, or why this didn't work. And for our players, it was a little bit difficult to lead, because they're trying to lead their friends, they're trying to lead their peers, and that's a very difficult thing to do, because at the end of the day, they're also worried about friendships. And if I get on to this guy about his effort or whatever it may be, is he going to be mad at me? Are we still going to be able to hang out after practice, or whatever it may be? And so that's just took a little bit of of time to get used to those roles and understand, it's not personal. It's practice or it's gameplay. And then once we walk off the field, hey, we're back to being buddies. We're playing Xbox or whatever it may be.
And finally, bone-in wings or boneless?
Oh, bone in, traditional, man. That's if you're eating boneless wings, or that's just a chicken tender. That's the way I look at it. Correct? I mean,
Basically just cover a little sauce.
yeah, just put some sauce on the chicken tender. That's all that is. So you got to go traditional, bone in,
Thank you.
always.